I'm going to bring up Emily Ingram, and she is our CF ambassador for the Great Strides Walk.
Everyone has a story. We are all unique, thrilling individuals with our own backgrounds, struggles, hopes, and dreams. Some stories seem more like fairy tales. Others seem more like nightmares. Most are a little bit more realistic, moving from extraordinary high moments to low moments, with twists and turns and surprises along the way. Today, I'd like to tell you a little bit of my story. My name is Emily Ingram. At 2 weeks old, I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, a disease many of you know all too well. 18 short years later, I'm about to graduate from Bowie High School. High school has been an absolutely amazing experience. I can't say I've loved every minute of high school, but I wouldn't trade my experiences with anyone. Looking back on the past years of schooling, I see how every event, challenge, and blessing has molded me into the person I am today. Thanks to my can-do attitude and hardworking spirit, I stayed in the top 2% of my class at Bowie High School and will be graduating with highest honors, despite missing at least a day of school a month for doctor's appointments. Academic achievement has always been a high priority of mine. This year, I also had the amazing privilege to serve as one of the Bowie High School drum majors of the marching band. As drum major, I not only conducted the band while they marched on the field, I also got to use my talents as a leader, positive thinker, and a musician to help drive the band to success. Another organization I've been blessed to be a part of is called Bowie Pals. As a pal, I meet with 4 children a week at 4 of Bowie's feeder schools. I talk with these 4 precious children, getting to know their hearts and becoming their friend as well as mentor. I love the opportunity to give back to my community in this way. These kids are going through extraordinary hardships, yet you wouldn't be able to tell from their bright eyes and smiling faces. Outside of school, I am an active member of Ingram Baptist Church and love worshiping my God with my fellow believers. In my life, I am surrounded by a tremendous group of family and friends who support me and love me no matter what. I don't know what I would do without them. I am the person I am today because of them, and I am extremely grateful for their love, support, and influence in my life. This year has been one of my most challenging years. Like many of you here, my daily regimen is far from normal. I swallow over 30 pills a day, ranging from enzymes to antacids and calcium and vitamins, just to name a few. This year, I have had issues maintaining my weight. Many of my problems began after being forced to switch brands of enzymes, which digest my food, because my old enzymes were taken off the market. Keeping up my weight at a reasonable level has been very difficult for me. However, I know that maintaining my weight is a vital part of my health care, just like swallowing pills or doing my breathing treatments. I do 3 to 4 breathing treatments a day to attempt to loosen up the mucus that's clogging up my lungs. For me, just a simple act of breathing can be extremely difficult. Breathing treatments and inhaled medications help to open up my airways and make breathing just a little bit easier. This year, my lungs have struggled to stay healthy. In January, my lungs were colonized with a bacteria called Mycobacterium abscessus. This bacteria is extremely difficult to treat. I began continuous IV therapy in January, along with oral antibiotics, to attempt to kill the bacteria. And I will be on this treatment regimen for 6 months, until I've been culture-free of the bacteria for 6 months. So, in plain English, I will be on continuous IV antibiotics for a very long period of time. My lungs also took a major hit in March when, despite getting the flu shot and being very careful to wash my hands and use hand sanitizer, I contracted the flu. After long hours of treatments and pounding on my aching lungs, as well as many different antibiotics, both IV and oral, and a dose of steroids, I think I have finally recovered from the flu, but it has not been an easy road. I also have cystic fibrosis-related diabetes, which has become increasingly more frustrating. With CFRD, I have no real control over my blood sugar highs and lows. I'm not just the sick girl or the one who was born with some weird issues, or at least that's not how I see myself. However, cystic fibrosis is a major factor in my life. I certainly can't deny that. If you knew what the words bacteria and enzymes and sputum and IV antibiotics and wheezing were before you turned 5, you'd know what I'm talking about. And if you could pronounce Achromobacter xylostoxidine and Pseudomonas after just glancing at a sheet of paper by the time you were in middle school, you'd understand. If you felt the severe knife-like lung pains that I felt, or the gut-wrenching stomach aches, you can't deny the effects cystic fibrosis has on a person's life. Cystic fibrosis has shaped my character and my view on life. I understand that life is short, shorter than we expect sometimes. I try to see every day as a blessing, living life to the fullest and making sure I stop and smell the roses along the way. That is some of my story. It may be similar to some of yours. As I come to a close, I want to leave you with one last thought. Whether you have cystic fibrosis or are watching someone you love live with a disease, you have been affected by CF some way, somehow. You are part of the cystic fibrosis family. The CF family is a group of amazing people, and I'm extremely blessed by each of you. Your support means the world to me. Your resilience and strength encourages me. I did not choose CF, neither did any of you. Life sure would be a lot easier without the disease. Can you imagine a life without breathing treatments, hospitalizations, pill swallowing, and surgeries? I know I can't. Life with CF is the only life I know. But everyone here, every member of the CF family, is united, striving toward a common goal of curing cystic fibrosis. Until a cure is found, or until I die, I will continue working toward this goal, and I hope you do too. Thank you for coming out here today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day at the walk.